I just wanted to make this video again after a talk with my mom and myself, and I've been thinking this for a minute, and my friend as well, literally. But it's crazy, there's so many coincidences happening to me. Again, they're not coincidences, but I'm going to call it that for lack of better words. But so much has been happening for me where I'm realizing like everything is connected. I already knew this from when I was like young as fuck, but everything is genuinely connected. In this video, I wanted to talk about like mainly how spirituality and religion are like so, they're not mutually exclusive. I believe they can coexist. You know what it is? There's so many reasons as to why spirituality is demonized, especially in religious countries or non-secular countries that have like a set, for example, Abrahamic religion, like Islam, Christianity, Judaism, whatever, why it's demonized and said it's like, oh, it's the devil's work. But, and I was kind of raised like that, not explicitly, but like that was my environment. So I really don't like when the sun goes down. It makes me sad, but I don't know, it makes me really like sentimental and stuff. It makes me feel weird. I really hope one day I stop feeling like that. I don't know if I ever will. I think it's getting better. Usually when I'm out doing something, it helps, but then it makes me a bit anxious to go outside and do stuff. Like, but anyways, like spirituality is usually demonized or made to seem like witchcraft or like something explicitly bad, and I was always like in a weird like limbo with it, because I'm like, I don't believe it is. I'm not. I used to say, oh, I wasn't spiritual because I was like, oh, I'm not, like, I don't believe in like the zodiac signs. But I was talking to my friend, we're both Christian, we both love Jesus, we both, you know, I thought I had something, but I'm Orthodox. Again, if you hear something in the background, I really hope the audio doesn't pick it up too much. It's gonna be really annoying, but it's whatever. It's a heat. I was gonna say it's a fan, but that I'm cold. But my friend was saying how in the Bible zodiac signs are like mentioned, but we shouldn't idolize them. Like we shouldn't pray to them. We shouldn't believe in them, but believe them. If that makes sense. And I was like, oh shit, like that makes a lot of sense. And I was talking to my mum, which I rarely do. Like this talk I had with my mum, I'm so grateful for. I'm very happy with. Like the talk I had with my mum just unlocked my brain like fully, and it's made me feel so much less guilty. Like, because I've been so, I can't lie, past like year or two I've been really tapped in with spirituality. It's like religion and spirituality, and I was like, yo, how are people just one or the other? Why is one bad and one is good? Why can't they coexist? Like, I don't know, that's how I was feeling. So again, I'm always told, especially if you're in an Abrahamic faith, again, I'm Orthodox Christian, that's my religion, and I love Jesus. But Jesus isn't even spiritual, because like Buddhists believe Jesus was real, you know, just not the same way Christians do, obviously. So it's like, it's not a thing to be demonized, you know. But no one ever told me that. I don't know, I really don't like that quality about myself, that it's kind of like I have to be told it to know it. But I don't know, oh, I'm just feeling it in my chest as well. Like, yo, is my phone about to die? I hope not. But I've deeped it. Why is my phone getting darker? Whoa, hold on. It's because my phone was actually on 1%. I've never seen that before. Then again, I don't record when my phone isn't like fully charged, but like I'm not on my earcom, so I forgot to charge my phone. Because when I'm at home, I really love that I don't use my phone as much. Like I'm in the living room, there's a third space. Because in uni, all I had is my room. That's why so much emotion built up in the room. But anyways, I was saying how spirituality and religion, they're not mutually exclusive. They can coexist. One is not demonic, one isn't. Obviously, there's people that have that viewpoint, but you need to stop polarizing things, because they can both be right. So yeah, and for me, like I was really like looking up on, initially it was Taoism, Buddhism, spiritually, like years ago, as well as that's when I found, definitively found Orthodoxy. So I thought, oh, that's it, like that's the end of the book, that's it. But then in my soul, like I knew, I was like, yo, this is good, this is the truth. But at the same time, it's like how the main component to chocolate cake you think is a chocolate cake. Like what differentiates a chocolate cake from a carrot cake is the carrot and the chocolate. But then they're both using flour, a lot of it. So one could say that flour is the main component of those cakes. Am I making sense? So it's like with spirituality, for me, Taoism, And for my friend, who's extremely similar to me, it's Buddhism. He's Buddhist. But I'm sure himself, he probably finds truth to some Abrahamic faiths as well. Truth to it doesn't mean he is that faith. But for me, it was Taoism. And I just, like, it all made sense. I was like, oh, wow. Wow. Like, it's like orthodoxy was like the key. Taoism was like the lock. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, they're both connected. It's not one or the other. Because I was like in a weird limbo. I was like, yo, am I being tricked by the devil, like, right now, by looking into Taoism and seeing truth in it? Like, am I just listening to my own worldly desires, my sins, all those things? But in reality, that's not what it was, because I very much believe in the divinity of Christ. I love Christ. I love Jesus so much. That's never been even when I was agnostic and still finding my feet, I always knew Jesus was like. But, like, I don't know. It just made me feel weird. I was like, yo, people never really talk about spirituality in line with religion. It's usually they're against each other and which one's right. Like, you either find people that believe in the zodiac signs or people that believe in Islam, for example, or Christianity, Judaism. But I always thought, I was like, what if there's truth to it all? Like, at the end of the day, we're all humans. So there's only so much that, like, I'm sorry, you probably hear the heater way much. I just realized because my phone's right next to it. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, like, I don't know. There's truth to it all. Like, you can't just demonize one and then uphold the other. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, like, now that I had to talk with my mom and I realized she's also very spiritual as well as religious. Like, because I never thought that, until I spoke with her today. That's why I need to talk to people so you know these things. Because before, I actually thought if I ever spoke to her about spirituality, she'd think, oh, it's demonic. Because I know for a fact if I spoke about it with my grandma, it would not fly. But my mum, she's her own person. So I'm glad I gave her that chance to, like, talk. But yeah, like, I never thought she had the same thought process as me, because she was talking about how connected they were and how connected, like, spirituality and religion is. And I completely agree. Genuinely, I completely agree. And it felt so comforting that my mother, like, who I never really had a great relationship with, agrees with me on that type of stuff after I already spoke with her about, like, other stuff that I think I spoke about in the past video. I will post that. I think I really like that video. I don't know, I feel like I'm finding my feet, and it's a constant process. Don't ever trick yourself into thinking that you're gonna find yourself once and then you'll never face anything bad again. That's why people end up relapsing with whatever it is they're going through, because they always think the problem is just solved. That's not how that works. The problem is never just solved and boom, you're like that. You're not a car, bro. And even cars break down after being fixed, bro. You're a human being with emotions. You're gonna fuck up, and that's okay. Like, the problem is never just fixed. You're gonna have to keep, redoing things, like always learning and stuff. So when that happens, don't lose faith. I'm gonna make another video about that separately, actually, because I have a lot to say.